I'm doing great. You?
Thank you. I'm with 20th Century Social Media, so if you don't mind, if I could this to you.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
What was it about that BenDavid script that most appealed to you?
You know, it's such a fun script. It's so nice to be a part of something that just is a fun movie. So many good twists. It was a page turner, lots of funny stuff, and surprising.
Tell us about the two characters you play and the challenges of having to play two characters.
Well, it's just, really the same character, but one's from the future. So I think you come back with a little more wisdom and try to give advice to a younger version of yourself. Thank you so much.
Well, Alice is a really fun character to play. She's kind of aloof, but then you realize she's incredibly cute and smart and witty and adapts really easily and has no qualms with organizing. She's a mob wife, so you gotta be pretty ballsy to become a mob wife, and so I think that translates and breathes through the film, and I really enjoyed playing with her and the comedy within the relationship and the dynamics between all of them.
And the challenge of that is
thank you. Don't miss Mike and Nick and Alice.
Like I tried to
thank you.
Kind of
thank
turn
you.
off.
To BenDavid screenplay.
Hilarious, and there's a lot of quotable lines in this movie, which I liked a lot. So yeah.
And how was he as a director?
He was fun, super fun, very funny. We did a lot of improv in the film. He made me breakdance, and it's in the movie. I told him if I learn how to breakdance and I breakdance, it better be in this cut, and it's in the cut, thankfully. So.
Okay, and this is my favorite. The name of your character is quite unusual. Tell us who you play and how you would describe it.
I play a character called Roid Rage Ryan. Out, sun's out, guns out. No steroids, all natural, honestly.
And if you could go back in time and change one thing, what would you change?
Go back in time and change one thing? I don't know. I'll put all my money in Bitcoin, I guess. I'm not sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This one. You have some of the best dialogue in this film. Was everything scripted, or could you improvise while you were filming at all?
There was a lot of improv, especially in my scenes with Arturo Castro. He was very fun to act with, and he's quick. And there's a lot of scenes where him and I are just ripping, and that was some of the most fun I had on the movie.
How would you describe your character? And when you read the script, did you know what part you were being considered for?
Yes, they asked me if I would do it, and I read the script, and the character was named Jimmy Boy, and I was like, interesting. And it was a lot of fun. Like, it was just a constant page turner. I was intrigued the entire time I was reading it, and I got a chance to put on a bunch of fake tattoos and act like a maniac, and they took me to a gun range. I learned how to shoot guns, and I think that would have been enough of a reason. I really wanted to do that gun shooting course.
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, we want to send you to this place where all the actors go to learn to shoot guns, and I was like, that sounds fun. And my best friend was like, hey, you gotta help me get into this gun range. And I was like, hey, I got just the thing for you. He's like, you gotta take the move.
I love it. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Have so much fun tonight.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What genre do you consider this film?
I've never thought of that. I work across so many genres. I feel so lucky. And I think this film goes across so many genres. I guess it is. Is it first a comedy, but then there's the action's incredible, and then there's a time machine, so it's every genre.
And so the music was all BenDavid, like his playlist, right? That's what I heard. So what was it like working with him and coming up with the music in this film?
I love working with BenDavid. We've worked together several times now, and the great thing about BenDavid, we're just making a movie. We're just making a movie. We're looking at other movies. We're listening to all kinds of music, all kinds of scores, just kind of getting inspired by the music and the movies that moved him and moved me and moved us. And then the rest of it, I just need to not screw it up. I need to sit with the characters. I think the job of a composer on a film with so many great songs is to say stuff that is not in the script, that the actors can't say, that the songs can't say. So a lot of what I'm doing is getting into the heads of our characters, kind of unearthing their deepest emotions, desires, that sort of thing.
So interesting.
Yeah.
The music is one of my favorite parts about this movie. So
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
Have a great
Thank
night.
you. You too. Thank you.
A lot of ideas bounce around in my brain. I'm a really big movie fan. I love action comedies. I love gangster films. I love every genre that I combined, and I just like the challenge of mixing all these and trying to make something that was kind of emotionally relatable in spite of all of it. You know, I wanted to make a movie that you could connect with even though the movie is insane. You know, I was trying to find a balance between something that is really surprising and thrilling and different, but also something that like you could connect to, because we've all had relationships that have gone wrong. I wanted to make it emotionally complicated. I want to make a movie about adults, but I also wanted to make something with explosions and a time machine and fun shit.
It's a great look into your brain, I'll tell you that.
Okay, I'll take your word on it.
What genre do you consider yourself movie? You just mentioned so many different.
I mean, it's fundamentally a buddy action comedy, but it's just in a way that I haven't seen before. Like, you know, I wanted to, it's like I wanted to play the hits, but like in a way that people haven't played these hits, I guess. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, whether it's Midnight Run or Lethal Weapon or Last Boy Scout, my favorite genre sometimes is just two people butting heads. But I made it more complicated because not only is it Marsden and Vince Vaughn butting heads, it's Vince Vaughn and Vince Vaughn butting heads. And you have a love triangle in the center of it. So I just feel like all those things are added. It's like a pizza with a lot of toppings.
What can you tell us about the relationship between Mike and Nick and Alice?
Oh no. That's what's so good. It's a complicated relationship. You know, you have two gentlemen who are really good friends, and the relationship got a little frayed, and you have this incredible, smart, precocious woman at the center, and you know, loyalties and love are tested, and redemption is had.
And then this film is crazy. What?
But by the way, you know, the title of the movie is, you asked me about Mike, Nick, and Alice, but the title is Mike, Nick, and Alice. So there's two Nicks maybe in this movie. So it's a complicated relationship.
Amazing. And then, what genre do you consider this film to be?
I mean, you know, it's definitely an action comedy with a tinge of sci-fi.
Here you go.
With just a flourish, a little sprinkling of sci-fi. It's really original. That's what I love so much about it. I love movies. And this year was a great year between Weapons and Sinners and One Battle, like films that are really challenging the genres. And I think that this movie does that in spades. And BenDavid has an incredible voice because tone is everything. And that's why I think he walks this line between the comedy, the drama, the action. And so just when you think the movie's something, it spins around and becomes something else, and that's what the
first time in Austin.
audiences
I had
want
Terry
to
Black
be
yesterday.
surprised. And the reality is, like, that's why Sixth Sense was so great about like that reveal in Sixth Sense. It's a seminal movie. We have a bunch of reveals in this movie that are really, really delicious and surprising.
Yeah, incredible.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.